Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into a new treatment for sleep apnea
Oh, yeah.
called Bongo Rx.
Okay.
If you've ever had trouble, with CPAP therapy, or if you're just curious about all
Yeah.
the new innovations coming out to help with snoring and sleep apnea,
Absolutely.
then you'll want to stick around.
For sure.
We've got two great sources of information for this deep dive.
Okay.
One is the Bongo Rx website,
Sounds good.
and the other is a white paper
Okay.
that summarizes the results of a patient survey.
Interesting.
And what's really intriguing about Bongo Rx is
Yeah.
it's so small you can fit it in your pocket.
Wow.
So no more big, bulky
Oh,
machines.
Okay, cool.
So let's start with the basics.
Sure.
What exactly is Bongo Rx?
Well, Bongo Rx is a small reusable device
Okay.
that you insert into your nostrils.
Okay.
And the big difference is that it doesn't need a mask or a hose
Mm-hmm.
or electricity.
Wow.
It uses EPAP.
EPAP. I've heard of CPAP, but
Yeah.
not EPAP.
So EPAP stands for expiratory positive airway pressure.
Oh?
Basically, what happens is the resistance from your own exhalation creates pressure
Oh, wow.
to keep your airway open.
Interesting.
So that prevents those pauses in breathing
Right.
that are characteristic of obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA.
So instead of forcing air in
That's so
like a
fulfilled.
CPAP machine,
Yeah.
it's using your own breath to
Exactly.
keep things flowing.
Exactly.
The website says that it's FDA cleared
It is.
and even available through the VA.
Yes.
That's a pretty big deal, right?
Absolutely. FDA clearance means it has gone through rigorous testing to be deemed safe and effective. And being available through the VA
Right.
speaks to its credibility and potential
Yeah, for sure.
to help a wide range of people.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's reassuring.
Yeah.
But what makes Bongo Rx so appealing
Yeah.
compared to other options?
Right.
The Bongo Rx website
Mm-hmm.
boasts about its convenience and potential cost savings. And they've got these glowing testimonials from users
Yeah.
who say they're sleeping better and snoring less.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, it's really all about convenience.
Right, for sure. It is a huge selling point.
Yeah.
This is a small, portable device.
Yeah.
You can take it anywhere with you
Right.
when you travel,
Mm-hmm.
or just move around your house.
Exactly.
No bulky machines
Right.
or complicated setups.
Okay.
This could be huge
Yeah.
for people who have trouble with CPAP therapy because of the inconvenience.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But are these claims backed by any real evidence?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That's where the white paper comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While those testimonials can be compelling,
Yeah.
it is important to look at the data.
Mm.
So this white paper we have summarizes a study
Okay.
that surveyed Bongo Rx users
Oh.
after 14 and 60 days of use.
Interesting. So what did they find?
Well, they found high levels of patient satisfaction
Oh.
and, importantly, high compliance rates.
Okay.
See, one of the biggest challenges with CPAP therapy
Hmm.
is that people just don't use it consistently.
Right.
Studies show that adherence to CPAP is only between 30 and 60%.
Wow. That's pretty low.
It is.
People must really struggle with using those machines.
They do.
Yeah.
But this study found that 77% of Bongo RS users
Wow.
were using it 5 to 7 nights a week.
That's a big difference.
It is suggesting that maybe the convenience and simplicity of Bongo RX
Right.
could mean better adherence to therapy.
So if people are actually using the treatment,
Yeah.
they're more likely to benefit from it.
Exactly.
Makes sense. The white paper also mentioned good quality sleep
It did.
and ease of use,
Yeah.
which lines up with what people are saying
Mhm.
in those testimonials on the website.
It does. And it's worth noting that the author of this white paper
Okay.
was not affiliated with the company.
Oh, okay.
So that adds a layer of objectivity
Yeah, for sure.
to those findings.
Okay, so we're seeing positive results from users
Yes.
and from independent research.
Right.
But I'm sure there are some limitations too.
Of course.
It can't be perfect for everyone.
Right. You are.
Right.
It's important to understand
Yeah.
that Bongo Rx is currently FDA cleared
Okay.
only for mild to moderate OSA.
Okay, so not for severe cases.
That is correct.
Got it. And it's important to remember that
Yeah,
individual experiences can vary.
absolutely.
So what works for one person
Right.
might not work for another.
Exactly.
Okay, so who exactly might benefit from trying Bongo Rx?
Well, the website mentions a few specific groups.
Okay.
It seems like the ideal user
Yeah.
is someone who can't tolerate CPAP,
Okay.
or someone who travels frequently,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe someone who is seeking a more discreet
Right.
and affordable option
Okay.
for managing their mild to moderate OSA.
And they even have a self-assessment on the website
They do.
with questions about snoring,
Yep.
daytime sleepiness,
Mm-hmm.
all those symptoms
Right.
to help people decide
Yeah.
if it's a good fit for them.
It's a helpful resource
Yeah.
for anyone who's curious and wants to explore it further.
Yeah, it definitely encourages people
For sure.
to take control of their healthcare decisions.
Absolutely.
So far, Bongo Rx is looking pretty intriguing.
It is.
It could be a game changer
Seems like it. Yeah.
for certain people with sleep apnea.
Yeah. It really is shaking things up
Mm-hmm.
in the world of sleep apnea treatment.
Challenging the assumption that you need
Yeah.
this big, expensive equipment to
Exactly.
get effective treatment.
Yeah. Maybe this is the start of a new era
Yeah.
in sleep apnea management.
Where user experience
Mm-hmm.
and convenience are prioritized,
Right.
leading to better compliance
Yeah.
and better outcomes for patients.
Hopefully.
What do you think?
I think it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
The high compliance rates with Bongo Rx
Yeah.
are a strong indicator
right.
that this approach could be very promising.
Okay, cool. Well, we've covered a lot of ground already, but there's still more to unpack.
Absolutely.
So let's dig a little deeper
Oh
into the
my God.
details of Bongo Rx and see what else we can uncover.
Awesome. I'm ready.
What stands out to you so far?
Honestly, I'm really impressed with how much thought they've put into the user experience.
Yeah.
It seems like they really are trying to make a difference in people's lives
Right.
by making treatment more accessible
Uh,
and less intimidating.
Yeah, I agree. It's refreshing to see a company
Mm-hmm.
that's prioritizing patient needs
Right.
and really focusing on making treatment as seamless as possible.
It is.
All right, so let's continue our deep dive into Bongo Rx.
Okay.
We'll pick up right where we left off
Sounds good.
in the next part.
Great. Picking up where we left off, one thing that really stands out to me about Bongo Rx
Yeah.
is their commitment to user experience.
Mm-hmm.
Their website goes into detail about the design. Like they highlight that their starter kit includes 4 different sizes.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
So they're really trying to think about
Right.
all the different users out there.
Yeah, right out of the gate.
Right from the start.
And they even have that little drying stand
Oh, yeah.
for the device,
That's a nice touch.
which is nice.
Yeah, those little details, I think, can make a big difference in
Well,
how
that's-
people feel
Yeah,
about using something like this
it's true.
regularly.
Yeah, it's got to be easy.
Right.
If it's not easy, you're not going to use it.
Exactly. And they've also thought about, the long term. They have those annual replenishment packs.
Yeah.
So you can get replacement parts.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like one of those subscription boxes
Kind of, yeah.
that are so popular now
Yeah.
for everything.
Right.
Makes things so convenient.
Absolutely. And speaking of convenience,
Yeah.
the website mentions that Bongo Rx is
Mhm.
significantly less expensive
Okay.
than CPAP machines. Right.
Or oral appliances.
Yeah. That's important.
That could be a big factor for a lot of people.
For a lot of people, yeah. Absolutely.
It raises the question of accessibility.
Right.
Could this be a more affordable option
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
could help people
Right.
who wouldn't otherwise have access to treatment
Right. Because we know
because of cost?
sleep apnea is a serious
Mhm.
condition
It is.
with health risks.
Yeah,
So if cost is a barrier, that's a problem.
absolutely. And they have a whole section
Yeah.
on their website about sleep apnea in general,
Right.
explaining the risks and
Mm.
symptoms.
Right. Which is great.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because then you're educating people
Mm-hmm.
on the condition.
Right. It empowers people to make decisions
Yeah.
about their health.
Exactly.
Takes away some of the mystery and fear
For sure.
that surrounds medical conditions.
Absolutely. And they go beyond just explaining the condition.
Yeah.
They address some concerns that people might have
Okay.
about Bongo Rx.
Like, what if you move around in your sleep?
Right.
Will it stay in place?
Yeah, well, it stay put.
And they talk about that
To do,
on the website.
they explain that it uses soft silicone
Okay.
sealing beads
Oh.
to stay in place.
Oh, interesting.
And a lot of the testimonials mention,
Yeah.
finding it comfortable to wear all night.
Okay, so comfort is key.
It is.
I mean, it's like you can lead a horse to water,
Right, exactly.
but you can't make it drink.
Adherence is key.
Right.
And speaking of adherence,
Yeah.
I was encouraged to see that in the white paper.
Yeah.
Patient satisfaction actually increased over time
Oh, wow.
as people got used to using it.
That's a really good sign.
It is.
It means people aren't giving up.
Right.
They're sticking with it.
Yeah, they're finding it helpful.
And they're finding it helpful.
In the long run.
So is Bongo Rx the miracle cure for sleep apnea?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
It's important to remember that it's only cleared
Right.
for mild to moderate cases.
Of
And more research is always needed.
Right.
But I think it's a promising development
Yeah.
And it could be a game changer for a lot of people.
It challenges all the assumptions
Yeah,
about what sleep apnea treatment has to be.
absolutely.
Like, it doesn't have to be this big,
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
thing.
I think the key takeaway here
Mm-hmm.
is the emphasis on user experience.
Okay.
Bongo Rx is showing us that treatment doesn't have to be a burden.
Right.
It can be simple,
Mm-hmm.
discreet,
Yeah.
and, even integrated into a person's life
Yeah.
without major disruption.
Integrated rather than disruptive.
Exactly.
Like
I
me.
like that. And that focus on user experience
Right.
seems to be paying off in terms of compliance
Right.
and satisfaction.
What stood out to you the most?
For me, it's the potential impact
Okay.
on how we approach sleep apnea treatment in general.
Okay.
Like, if we can make treatment simpler,
Yeah.
more affordable, more user-friendly,
Right.
we might see a big shift
Yeah.
in how we manage sleep apnea.
On a larger scale.
On a larger scale, yeah,
This is bigger than just one device.
right. It's a new way of thinking
Yeah.
about designing healthcare solutions.
Exactly.
And that's why I think Bongo Rx is so exciting.
Okay.
It's not just a product, it's a potential catalyst for change.
It's raising the bar
Mhm.
for what's possible.
Absolutely.
We don't have to settle
Right.
for one size fits all.
Exactly.
It's like they're paving the way
Mhm.
for more personalized and patient-centered care.
Precisely.
Okay. So we've explored the what,
Yeah.
the why,
Mm-hmm.
and the how of Bongo Rx.
We have.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
there's one more aspect I want to touch on.
What's that?
The science.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about all the convenience and how user-friendly this Bongo Rx seems to be.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
this is a medical device.
It is a medical device, and the website makes that clear. They mention that it's been clinically tested
Okay.
and FDA cleared for mild to moderate OSA.
Right.
So this isn't just a
Yeah.
trendy wellness gadget or something.
Acidic.
It's a legitimate treatment
Right.
backed by evidence.
With that FDA clearance, that means it's met
Yes.
certain standards
Directly.
for safety and effectiveness.
Which is important.
Yeah, that's reassuring for
Yeah.
patients and healthcare providers.
Yeah, sure. Because there are a lot of gimmicks out there
Right.
when it comes to sleep apnea treatment.
Absolutely. So this isn't just anecdotal evidence.
Right.
This has been tested.
It's been put through the ringer.
Okay, so Bongo Rx seems to tick all the boxes.
It does.
Convenient,
Mm-hmm.
affordable, user-friendly,
Yeah.
scientific backing.
Seems like it.
Sounds like it could be a game changer
Potentially.
for people with mild to moderate sleep apnea
Especially those
Yeah.
who haven't had success with other treatments.
or who couldn't tolerate them.
Exactly. And I think it really highlights the shift in healthcare towards more patient-centric design.
Right.
Like Bongo Rx is showing that
Mm.
medical devices can be effective,
Yeah.
but also enjoyable to use.
Enjoyable might be a bit of a stretch,
Maybe.
but definitely less of a hassle
For sure. Less of a burden.
than some of those older devices.
Definitely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive on Bongo Rx,
Okay.
here's a final thought-provoking question
Okay. Hit me.
for you, dear listener.
Right.
Given the high compliance rates,
Mm-hmm.
all the positive feedback,
Yeah.
could this type of user-friendly device be the key
Okay.
to better managing sleep apnea on a larger scale
I love that question.
in the future?
It's the million-dollar question.
What do you think?
I think it'll be fascinating to see
Yeah.
how Bongo Rx continues to evolve
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of impact it has.
Right.
Maybe it'll inspire even more innovation
Yeah.
and lead to a wider array of options.
Imagine a future where sleep apnea treatment is more accessible,
Right.
less intimidating,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately more effective
Absolutely.
because people actually want to use
Yeah.
the devices
That's the key.
that are available to them.
That's what it's all about.
That's a pretty exciting prospect.
It is. It's a good reminder
Yeah.
that even in healthcare where the stakes are high,
Yeah.
progress is possible
Absolutely.
when we prioritize the patient.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks.
That's it.
Our deep dive into Bongo Rx.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We always encourage you to do your own research.
Of course.
Talk to your healthcare provider
Mm-hmm.
to see if this might be right for you.
Good advice.
Until next time, happy sleeping.
Sleep well.